Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Madden 2005 in the Oakland Raiders franchise mode. We are here looking at the standings once again following our loss to the Cleveland Browns, simming through the rest of that week and up to this current week, or our game during this week. The Ravens and Titans have clinched playoff spots. Those are both two division holders, so we're not too worried about those spots. And the Chargers, who are currently leading in the AFC West, who we play today, and we've already beaten earlier in the season, currently sit in the 3 spot, and the Broncos and Browns and Chiefs kind of sandwich us around the 6th spot. So the Browns currently take the 5th spot because, of them beating us. But we could, of course, reshape up those last 3 or 4 spots in the AFC, spots 4 through like 6 or 7. By winning today. Now, we can't knock the Chargers out, but because we currently hold, or we could hold, the divisional series over the Chargers with a win today, that would put us in the driver's seat, I guess? Not really. I mean, the Chargers have made it to 10 wins, so regardless, the Chargers would have to lose out if we were to win today, if we wanted to take the AFC West, and then the Broncos would have to lose as well, because the Broncos have swept us this year as well. So that's kind of where we're at in terms of winning the AFC West. Now, in terms of just making the playoffs, it's safe to assume that we just need to win out regardless. That's kind of where we're at. There's only a few more games left anyway. We still have to play the Chiefs yet after this, which is going to be a pretty monumental game in terms of playoff seeding and even making the playoffs at all. We might be in a position where we're looking for people to lose in Week 17, and while we need to win in Week 17, which is against a bad Steelers team. So if it comes down to that, we may be able to come out of that at least on top somewhat, but that's a tough spot to be in. I told you guys before earlier in the season, man, 10 or 11 wins might not guarantee playoffs in this AFC, and it looks like that might be the case this year, but we got to at least get to 10 wins, which seems like a far cry right now, but we are going up against these Chargers once again, and we have figured out a way to beat, and now Nnamdi Asomugha has given us a huge upper hand early on as he picks off Phillip Rivers and takes this one back all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. And it looks like Eric Parker maybe caught up all the way after running the entire distance. It looks like he might have caught up, but too late. In the end zone, it was too late. So we take an early 7-0 lead over the Chargers. Phillip Rivers and the boys back on offense. He takes a deep shot downfield, and that pass is going to be caught. So I didn't get a chance to see who it was. It looks like it might have been Eric Parker on that same side. So Phillip Rivers is not afraid to still throw into that side of the ball, even given the pick 6. So he's going to go to that side once again. The pass is going to be caught and a spin move into open field, and that's going to be Eric Parker once again, who's really just feasting for San Diego's offense so far. But it's 3rd and 5 already inside the red zone for San Diego. Rivers looking around, and he's going to get hit. Takes just a second too long to make a decision, and he is going to get absolutely clobbered in the backfield by, I think, Napoleon Harris, who maybe knocked that ball loose. And that's going to be a strip sack, and now we're going to take over as Tim Couch and the boys head out, and Couch takes a shot downfield, and he's going to pay back the favor, and he's going to throw a pick over to Teo Johnson, and that ball is picked off on a pass to Teo Johnson, which we saw in the Browns game as well. So maybe the communication there, Teo Johnson, not really all that effective right now. But we get the ball back, and already Chris Cole on the way to the end zone, leaving a caravan behind him of Chargers, and that is going to be a touchdown for the Raiders. So our defense able to get San Diego off the field following our first turnover, and we are able to capitalize on that opportunity by hitting Chris Cole down the sideline. And Chris Cole's been a very, very impressive contributor to our offense so far this year. We're still seeing a lot of the numbers that we want from Justin Gage here, but it looks like a lot of that production from Jerry Porter is kind of getting split around with Chris Cole as well. Chris Cole, really relegated to like that 3rd option last year, has really kind of just stepped in and out of that 2 and 3 role with Jerry Porter. So first quarter comes to a close, up 14-0 over San Diego, but the boys are across midfield, and they're going to get further into Raider territory as Phillip Rivers is able to hit a receiver across the middle. We're going to see, and it looks like, Caldwell? Oh my God, yeah, Richie Caldwell. Richie Caldwell getting in here. So a catch for Richie Caldwell is going to give the Chargers a first down, but quickly it becomes 3rd and 8. Rivers drops back to pass, again across the middle, and I think that's Eric Parker once again across the middle. And yeah, man, he is just giving fits. So Nnamdi Asomugha had a great start to the game, but is really struggling to contain Eric Parker following that. So Rivers now with goal to go, or really, it's not goal to go. They could get a first down, but they're going to get the touchdown anyway as Ken Dyson, the man who swagged out with the visor and everything. I love Ken Dyson's swag in this game. But he finally gets a touchdown for the Chargers, who answer back. But we are not going to be silenced for long. It's Chris Cole once again off to the races, leading the caravan once again into the end zone. And that connection between Tim Couch and And Chris Cole is just completely unstoppable right now, man. Just completely unstoppable. And the Chargers have zero answer for Chris Cole. And, I mean, maybe that's why Chris Cole is feasting so much. I mean, look at it. You need linebackers and coverage on Chris Cole. He's way too fast and way too athletic for you to just rely on linebackers to be in coverage. I mean, what are you talking about? I guess they're trying to lock down Jerry Porter and Justin Gage maybe, but it's not working. So 21-7, but the Chargers already passed midfield once again. Rivers across the middle. And that pass is going to be completed. And look at that, man. 14 first downs to 1, and it's 21-7. That's the kind of game we're having right now. The Chargers are absolutely not struggling whatsoever to move the football, and we are just completely taking 1 or 2 plays every drive to score. And it's that kind of game for San Diego right now. So 3rd and 15 for the Chargers already, under 2 minutes in the first half, and that pass is going to be completed, but nearly getting his head taken off is Tim Dwight, and I think it was Hart, our free safety, who almost took his head off. So that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Chargers are going to go for the 3 points because, hey, you need points, so you might as well take the 3. And so 21-10 is now your score here, still with 2 minutes left, just about in the first half. So let's see what the Raiders can do at that time. Couch, back to pass. Takes a shot downfield. And it's caught by Jerry Porter this time, and he's off to the races leading a small caravan, and it's another Raiders touchdown. Another huge big chunk play is going to get us more points before the half is over, man. We're only going to not even going to waste 10 seconds to do it. And so that's the kind of game, as we were just talking about, the kind of game that we're having right now. Absolutely zero production on the ground outside of these big chunk plays, but hey, if you can score that way, then do it, man. If 80-yard passes to the end zone is how we're going to win this game, then we're going to do it. So we are back on offense as the Chargers were unable to do anything with the remaining time, and so on a 3rd down, that pass is broken up from Couch and to Jerry Porter. We might have to rely on Janikowski for a 55-yarder, man. One of the longest ones he's kicked all year. The kick is up, and it is through, baby. And that's why he gets paid the big bucks. All previous mistakes earlier in the year behind. That's why he makes the big bucks. So 31-10, now the lead over the Chargers after 1 half of play. And you got to be feeling pretty good. And then you see the runtime for this video, and you start to sweat nervously a little bit. So now 3rd and 9 here across midfield for the Raiders. Couch floats this one out here in a mess of players, and somehow Teo Johnson comes down with that. Surrounded by all these Chargers, somehow he's the one who gets his hands on the football and comes down with it. And that's why the interceptions to Teo Johnson happen, is because Tim Couch is making those choices in that kind of coverage. But it works this time, so we'll take it. So 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Couch back to pass here. Flips it out to the left side of the field, and that ball is going to be caught right by the sidelines. And a celebration here from Teo Johnson, implying that he caught the ball. We're going to see it, another look at it. They're not reviewing this, so yeah, I don't know. The Chargers probably could challenge that, and they might have a shot at it, but I doubt it. So 1st and goal here for the Raiders. And on the very next play here, Tim Couch is going to flip this one across the middle to Jerry Porter, who's going to get into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown today. And all my boys feasting, except for Justin Gage. Justin Gage has not been feasting so far. It's unfortunate. But 38-10 here, we don't need him to feast when we're up this big. But now LT is going to check into the game here. Shakes off a linebacker, and he's off. He's gone. Nnamdi Asomugha's got to change there. 21-on-21 crime. It's not going to happen. LT is gone, baby. He turned on the Jets and is absolutely out of here. And contrary to what you might be thinking about LT, based on how I've edited together this game, LT's having himself a career year right now. He's definitely returned to form after having a down season last year without 1,000 yards. He has completely bounced back this year and is looking to have some record-setting type numbers, and that's going to help him with that nice touchdown. So 17-38 the score. Raiders back on offense once again, and Tim Couch and Chris Cole cannot be silenced no matter how much you try and bound them to silence. They will not be, as Chris Cole is having himself an MVP caliber game. We've seen a couple of these in his Raiders career. Really making a case to be a nice little gadgety receiver on this team for the future when he's doing stuff like this, man. And the Chargers just insist on putting linebackers on Chris Cole. I don't understand it, but Tim Couch is picking it apart just effortlessly. So 45-17 the score, and now back on offense across midfield once again. And Tim Couch floats this one over to Justin Gage. Finally, the first time we're calling Gage's name, and a nice little toe drag by the sideline. We're going to get another look and see if he really was in bounds. I'm not going to question my man. Oh, yeah, look at that, dude. Toe happened? Yeah, dude. 3 or 4 steps in bounds, so easily. So 2nd and 10 here, Couch. Going to flip one across the middle. The ball is caught, and I believe, was that Gage again? It might have been. And it was Justin Gage again. So finally, Justin Gage getting involved as the Chargers maybe have to adjust and apply some more pressure on Chris Cole. So 1st and 10 here. We're going to send a man in motion. Couch back to pass here. Flips one across the middle, and it's going to be caught by Justin Gage again. No, Jerry Porter this time. I saw Gage on the ground as well, right by Porter. I couldn't tell which one had the ball, but it's Jerry Porter for another catch here. Pressure's in the backfield immediately, but Fargas trying to break it off here and get back to the end zone. Does a great job of at least getting north of the line of scrimmage here, and the Chargers had guys in the backfield almost immediately. So good athletic play by Justin Fargas. Couldn't get the touchdown, but it's fine. 45-17 the score here after 3 quarters of play, and there's still plenty of time left, folks. So 3rd and goal here now. We got to punch it in if at all possible. Going to hand this one off. I believe, to Justin Fargas again. I thought it might have been a fullback dive, but it's not. It's Justin Fargas, and he's in the end zone. So Fargas hasn't done anything at all in this game, but he does get himself a touchdown, which matches LT's touchdown. So as far as I'm concerned, rushing production is the same. So 52-17 the score, but the Chargers have plenty of time. Rivers takes a shot downfield, and Nnamdi Asomugha tries to get some hands on it, and he misplays it by just a couple seconds or so, and Eric Parker able to get that reception. And there you look at this. The top receiver production is completely, there's a big discrepancy there. As Justin Gage has been silenced by the Chargers secondary, and now Antonio Gates is checking into the game, and the Chargers have skill position players falling everywhere out of their pockets. So now 24-45 is the score, or 52 is the score, and now LT is getting involved once again, man, relying on the wheels, shakes off a tackle, and he's still going, but Derek Gibson able to get him by the shoestrings inside the 10. LT almost with another huge rushing touchdown. Fortunately, we were able to stop him, but I don't know if we'll be able to stop the Chargers now with goal to go. They seem to be much more effective. They got the tools to be better suited in those kind of situations. So LT just gets brought down shy of the goal line. So now 1st and goal here, working it in here, but the 3-yard line. They're going to hand it right on back to LT, who gets up the middle for a touchdown. And now the Chargers are trying to mount themselves some sort of a comeback, if at all possible. You cannot make this stuff up, folks. You can't make it up. When your defense goes on autopilot, this is the kind of stuff you can expect. So 52-31 the score, and now the Chargers going for the onside kick. Ball's batted around, and the Chargers are going to get on top of it, and that is not a penalty. That is a completely fair and clean onside kick, so the Chargers are going to take over. 1st and 10 now. Phillip Rivers handing it off to LT. LT getting loose once again here. Going to get a 1st down for the Chargers, and they will continue to move. There's still plenty of time for the Chargers to do anything, to continue to move. And look at Stackhouse, fullback, just getting absolutely involved here, getting physical. So 1st and 10 for the Chargers here. Rivers flips one out quickly here, nearly gets hit as he throws, or is hit as he throws the ball. And that pass in double coverage, somehow Ken Dyson's going to come down with it, and that's why you pay him the big bucks, is for catches like that. So 1st and 10 for the Chargers now in the red zone. Rivers back to pass again, takes a shot towards the end zone, and it's Ken Dyson once again, in double coverage once again. And so if you are the coaching staff here in Oakland, you got to be pretty furious, man, because double coverage and he's still getting the ball. Yeah. So after the onside kick, we couldn't move the ball, so bring out Janikowski for a long 50-plus yard field goal, and he misses it. So the lead's going to remain at 52-38. So if the Chargers can get the ball back here, they do get the ball back in good field position here. But if they can score, we might have ourselves somewhat of a game here, and the Chargers waste no time getting this ball to Eric Parker, who's completely wide open, free as a bird, and a 54-yard pass is going to put the Chargers within 1 possession, folks. 1 possession. It was 45-17 at the end of the 3rd quarter. It was 45-17 at the end of the 3rd quarter. So now 52-45, and the Raiders here, 3rd and 11, got to get the 1st down to at least waste some more time off the clock, and Maury Norris is getting absolutely nowhere near it. So the Chargers are now, with their timeouts, with how they've used their timeouts, are going to have at least over a minute left on the clock following this field goal attempt from Janikowski. And they will, and this field goal could really help us out here, but Janikowski is going to miss it once again. So he nailed the 55-yarder earlier in the game, but now I think 2 52-yarders, I think it was both 52-yarders, no good. So still a 7-point game here for the Chargers with over a minute left to work, and the Chargers are going to waste 0 time on that, if at all possible. So they're going to get a 1st and 10 already here off another Ken Dyson reception, and that's going to get them across midfield. And now Rivers is going to get the spike off here because they don't have any timeouts, so they do need to be smart with their time, but still about a minute left. I think they could move a little bit quicker here. Don't have to rely on the spike as much, but still, Rivers, 2nd and 10 here, stands firm in the pocket here, unloads down the middle of the field, and it's going to be another reception for the Chargers, a deep shot. I think it was Eric Parker once again. There's just no answer for him. There just isn't. I don't think we have one. So running back up to the line here, Rivers going to get the spike down here with 39 seconds left to go. Now in the red zone is San Diego, so they are in good spot. They have plenty of time here to still take some shots towards the end zone. Rivers back to pass. Unloads to the center of the end zone. It's going to be caught for another Charger touchdown. It's Richie Caldwell who gets the huge touchdown pass for the Chargers to tie this thing up at 52 apiece. So on the ensuing kickoff, 35 seconds left to go in this game. Phillip Buchanan going to field the kick back at about the 5-yard line. He's going to run up the left side of the field, and he's got an open running lane, and not relying on the speed here. The lead man misses, and no one is close to catching him at Phillip Buchanan. It's a kickoff return to take a go-ahead touchdown with 25 seconds left to go, 92 yards to the house. And now Phillip Buchanan, man, oh my goodness. So both of our top DBs, Nnamdi Asomugha with a pick six to start the game, and Phillip Buchanan with a touchdown return to potentially end the game. And now 22 seconds. The Chargers still have time here. They've scored quickly before in this game, so maybe they could do it again. Rivers all day in the pocket, unloads, and he finds Eric Parker, who's cutting upfield. He's got a step here, but there's plenty of Raiders back there to stop him. But already across midfield here, close to about the 30 or inside the 30 now. 10 seconds left. The Chargers got to get back to the line of scrimmage. They don't have timeouts. 6, 5. This could be the last shot they have. They get the spike down, so they are just only going to take one shot towards the end zone here. 4 seconds left to go. 2nd and 10 for the Chargers here inside the 30. Rivers pressure immediately, unloads it, and that ball is going to be caught. And Oakland is going to take a timeout here because Travion Smith is injured, but the clock is at triple zeros, and it doesn't matter. The Chargers come within 2 yards of tying this game up, but Richie Caldwell is tackled short of the goal line, and that is going to end things here in Oakland. We are going to hang on to win 59-52. Can you believe the scoring onslaught here in the fourth quarter? That box score's got to be absolutely absurd to look at, man. Got to be absurd to look at. We got outscored, what, dude? Like 30-something points to 14? Absolutely nuts, man. But that's why you play a full 4 quarters. And look at the offensive breakdown, man. The Chargers absolutely ate our lunch today. Even with the solid performance through the air, as we always do, man. The Chargers, in combination with LT's running performance as well as Phillip Rivers' passing performance, absolutely outplayed us. 17 third downs. I mean, 52% on 17 third downs is not a good stat. I mean, the Chargers, if they're going to have 17 third downs, you got to convert more of them. I mean, that's just, basic. We only had 9 third downs. We converted 4 of them. So, you know what I mean? Like, the less third downs, the opportunities here. So, Tim Couch again with another gimme pick, but still a very decent game here. 68% completion percentage. I appreciate from Tim Couch. It'll be really enticing to look at his stats at the end of the year. I'm very curious to see how different they are from last year. So Jerry Porter has himself a great game, but Chris Cole has himself the MVP caliber game. Justin Gage really doesn't do much of anything in this game. The Chargers really had his number today. It's very fascinating to see that. So, and Nnamdi Asomugha leading the team here in tackles and INTs, but he leads the team in tackles because he was chasing Eric Parker all game. That's why. And then Janikowski didn't give us any help either. So, but either way, we're going to head into Kansas City now at 9-5 with a leg up over the Chiefs in terms of playoff seeding. So we are good now in terms of seeding, but we need to beat the Chiefs, man, to stay in the spot. If we lose to the Chiefs, that could really shake everything up in the AFC wildcard picture. So we really need to beat the Chiefs also for our West hope. So hope to see you guys in Kansas City against the Chiefs.